Yeah, these panels are really fun to do.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. Well, how I actually got into the striping thing was I had a striper who used to do all my work for me. And I was amazed at how he did it. He'd come to my house and he'd stripe a car or a truck of mine and or my motorcycle. And I would watch him. I would just watch him pulling these lines, and pulling lines was one thing, getting a design was another. And how did he do that? And then I would go to the car shows and I'd see these guys striping, guys and girls, and all the different things and the colors, but it was all part of the car culture. And so I wanted to do it, and didn't know how to get started, didn't know anything. I knew what my striper done, I knew what he used, but you don't know the particulars. It was January, well, probably the beginning of February of 13, and I got all the things I needed, and went to the store, bought the paint, bought the correct brush, and I started striping. I started practicing. Where it went after that, I would have never guessed. I would have never dreamed. And that's how I actually got in this kind of thing.
What other artists, contemporary or otherwise, are you inspired by?
Well, my mentor was Rick Grindle, who he's the guy that I knew for a lot of years, and he's the one that used to stripe on everything I ever owned. When I finished this, he striped my firewall and my dashboard right before he had passed. And he had done some show signs for me, but he had striped all my street trucks, my motorcycles, a couple cars. And he was my mentor. He was the guy that I looked at, and Rick Grindle was my mentor. That's his paint box right there. His family gave me that box when he passed, and they gave me his milk crate with the paints that he had. So what I did here is I did just a simple lines down the middle. I did a spider web, and then I bordered it, and I left it really plain and simple. I just used two colors.
So where did the term wicked lines come from?
Well, back in the day when my hot rod was satin black, I was going to Grand Nationals for the first time in 2011. And so, of course, one of the things I thought to myself, well, I need a show sign. Gotta have a show sign. People want to see what you have, that's all part of the whole thing, So I went to my pinstriper, Rick Grindle, and I said, Rick, I want to do a show sign. And he said, okay, what do you want to do with it? And I said, well, I need a name. He said, do you have a name for your car? He said, that's kind of cheesy if you ask me. Mm-hmm. He was a beatnik kind of guy. I said, well, yeah, but those are kind of the rules. That's kind of what you do, So I says, I don't know, Rick. Wicked satin, black satin, I don't know. And he said, wicked? You like wicked? I go, yeah, I like wicked, I guess. How about wicked satin? How about wicked suede? He looked at me and he says, how about wicked in suede? And I said, okay, let's do that. So he painted my sign, hand painted it, and it was wicked in suede. When I started striping, my daughter, was talking to me, and she said, Daddy, you need to put a name. You need to do something. Because I started seeing this stuff getting serious, and wicked lines seemed appropriate. It's been a fun ride. Like I say, I've had opportunity. I've done a lot of things in a short time. People have been really good to me. I love doing what I do, and it's the people that drive me. If they stop and see what I'm doing, I show them. If they ask a question, I take the time. If I can just keep doing this longer, the better things get for me, the more scared I get. of not finishing, and then I end. And I'm not ready for that. I did cancer, my wife did cancer, scariest things we ever did. But I'm not done yet. And so I just keep doing as much as I can, as long as I can. And that's my story, and that's what I'm going to stick with.
Hi, I'm Pinky Swear, and you're watching Blacktop TV.